guys, thanks for watching my video so much. Thanks for being my friend. It really means a lot to me because, as I said, I need all the friends I could get. Like, I just had a dream that I was walking outside with my kids and I was making friends and I was so excited, but then the babies woke me up out of my sleep and I was just like thinking, like, if I could build a YouTube community filled with friends, that would be like the best news ever. And I'm in need for some good news. Like, I've never received good news. Like, I guess, yeah, I have. I guess I have. Every time they said, your kid's healthy, that's good news. But like something great, something grand. Like, I'm long overdue for like good news. You know what I mean? Like a blessing. Like, I'm overdue for a nice blessing, some good news. Like, I feel like I'm always fighting battles. But anyways, I was looking at suggestions. YouTube was like giving me suggestions on videos I should make. And YouTube suggested that I made a video saying navigating the challenges of adulting with ADHD. So I, while I have not been diagnosed, it's very clear that I have ADHD. Clearly. YouTube obviously sees it too. Okay. That's why I'm always so all over the place. um, you know what? I won't lie. Listen, I don't know if I only have ADHD because I've also been doing some research and it seems that I may be on the spectrum for autism too. So, I mean, I've never been diagnosed, obviously, because why would my parents care to get me diagnosed as a child? Why would they? They only take one kid to get diagnosed. The other one, who cares? Well, it wasn't them, it was my grandparents, and I was living with them, but who cares? I was the older one by 3 years, so I could tough it out, and that's what I did. So yeah, just figuring it out now. So I'm trying to, because there was like little things about me that were a little odd, and I noticed other people had these odd quirks too, and they're autistic. So I was like, damn. But coincidentally, I always in the back of my head, like I don't know, like I always felt like I could be a little bit, but I never said anything. But then it's like it just all started to come forward, right? So, anyways, what I will say is navigating through the difficulties of parenting or whatever, adulting. I'll say parenting because you know what? To be a parent with ADHD is fun, but then, and I don't know if these are the autistic, so I'm gonna say ADHD and autism because I don't know if it's like all of the symptoms combined, but I feel like I get overstimulated like daily. And I don't know if I get overstimulated daily because I have so much kids, so maybe it's just like they're all over me because I don't, well, you know what, when I had one kid, I did get overstimulated, but not really because I was so young, right? So I don't really know. I don't know. I feel like it's nowadays, like since I've had like 3 kids. But I can't tell because my stress levels also impacted the way I felt a lot. Like I feel a lot, right? So I don't really know. I don't know. But I will say your kids do notice the things about you. Like, for example, my kids think I'm a vampire because I'm always like, you look so good, I could just bite you, like I just want to bite them so much. Like they just look so good. Like they just look so good. I just have this thing that I just want to bite them so bad. And they're like, mom's a vampire, right? Can't help myself. They just look biteable. Like they just look so good. And then it's like my kids would be like, they'll notice that like sometimes I'm like all over the place with my stories, or like I'll do like random things. This video is probably not even making any sense because my daughter's always making fun of the things that I do. So I can't even. And then it's like some of the things that I do are so embarrassing. So it's like, I don't even want to like say that. But like, I don't know, like for the most part of it, I feel like I'm doing a great job. I mean, like the adulting part, I feel like I'm all over the place sometimes because like my mind will be the one place, and then and then I'll have a million things to do, and then it's like I just get overwhelmed, and I have a million things to do, and then my mind is everywhere, and then it's like if I'm focusing, I notice, like if I'm focusing on one thing, like I'm laser focused, and then something from the outside world comes to interrupt it, it's like staticky, like like I just start getting like flustered. So it's like, you see what I mean? Like, I don't know. This video probably doesn't even make any sense. I don't even know why I decided to take YouTube's recommendation and make this video, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm all over the place. Like, seriously. And the best part, for some reason, it's so hard to get diagnosed. For some reason, it's so hard to get diagnosed. Like, I remember when I was taking my younger brother downtown so he can get tested. Man, like it was such this big, long process. And then now I live far as hell. Like I live far as hell. And then so I was online trying to look for ways to get tested and everything. And I'm just like, what the heck? Like it's not like you could just like, go to the doctor's office and they give you like they do a test or whatever. Like it's just so much work to get, like it's just so much work. And then you know what I noticed? I noticed that for kids, I don't know, but I've noticed that they don't want to test kids. Well, I don't know if it's just my kids, like my older son. For years, I've been trying, because I've noticed little things about him. And because I know nobody cared enough to get me diagnosed, I've been trying for years to get him diagnosed, or at least for them to like look at him, like see what's going on. Because I was 15 when I had him, a week before I turned 16, okay? And I've been noticing things, like little strange things that he does. And I don't know if it's because of my age or what, but they've always overlooked him. Always, always, always. Like, I've been dealing with so much with that fellow since he was young. And I've been dealing, and it's like they wouldn't check him out. Like, I carried him to doctors. It's like the doctors were like, oh, he's fine. And it's like, but did you sit down and do a test with him? Did you try? No. Then I took him to, I asked the school about him. The school, they're just not interested, right? But what I noticed with the school is not only are they not interested, but they're also not interested to make sure that he was getting an education. Like literally, they did not care at all about his education at all. Like if he wasn't paying attention in class, they wouldn't tell me. They wouldn't tell me, right? So it's like they would just send him home with a bad report card, and like, oh well, he wasn't paying attention. And I'm like, why didn't you call me? I gave you a note at the beginning of the year saying, we left a previous school for this issue. Please, if there is a reason that he's not paying attention or something is going on in class, please call me. They would never call me. It's been 3 schools and not one has ever taken the time out of their day to call me. Instead of calling me, they all just send him home with a negative report card. None of them call me. Never. Not once. Not a phone call. I go to the school, I try to speak to them, never. Nobody wants to, so it's like they don't care as much as you think they do. That's why I decided to homeschool my kids, because the school does not care as much as they pretend to care, okay? And that's the thing. They don't want you to homeschool your kids, but then they also don't want to care about your kids too. So, look, that's confirmation. You seen that? Because my water bottle was standing upright on the ottoman, and as soon as I said that, it fell over. That's what I'm trying to say. Confirmation. They don't care about your kids for real. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like adulting with ADHD is doable for sure. I've met so much people with ADHD, and like they're all doing it. We're all doing it. Yeah. Conversation goes all over the place sometimes. Yeah. I mean, you know. Well, they said, okay, like the thoughts, the running thoughts and stuff. You know what? I believe that you can cure that because I've cured mine. So I don't know if you can cure it 100%, but it depends on what your running thoughts are, right? Because at first, oh my gosh, my thoughts were crazy, especially because of all the trauma I've had. Ugh, my thoughts were not it. But now I have them, but I'm more in control of my thoughts, you know? Like, I'm seeing life through another lens now. So I'm more in control. Like, I'm less, my thoughts aren't depressing anymore, you know? And my thoughts are able, like, my thoughts are aligned with my reality. So I'm not like having a conversation with you and then thinking about, you know, who shot Uncle Bobby last week. Like, I'm not I'm not doing those things, right? I'm here with you. So I think, you know, that is curable, but I feel like you have to just like really, like, I don't take any medicine or medication, I should say, any pills to focus, or, you know, I don't take any of that. Plus, I think some of the pills that they're giving us and some of the medicines that they're giving us for these things, like, are just to like block our third eye and to just like hinder us from moving forward. Because sometimes you get those drugs and then you're a zombie, you know? And I remember when I was like, even like on the antidepressants, like, that didn't really help me. They didn't. Like, the first one did for a little bit, but I noticed I was gaining weight and my hair was falling out. So it's like, you know, you gotta pick your poison, and I picked the poison that is not medication, you know? Even the last time, I forced myself to stop them because I was like, no. Like, something in my body was just saying, like, you don't need this, you know? So I just stopped. Was it recommended that I just stop the way I did? No, but I've done that multiple times. Multiple times. Like, honestly, I'm the kind of person that just stops stuff. I just listen to their inner voice, and I just stop. I remember when I had postpartum high blood pressure, they say, you know, you're not supposed to stop those pills, but I stopped them. I stopped cold turkey. Yeah. I don't know. One day I couldn't even afford them anyways. One day I couldn't afford them, I think it was, and then a voice just told me, like, just stop taking them. Who cares? And I just stopped. Like, I think I had some left in my bottle, and it's like, I'm not taking you. Didn't. And my blood pressure is back to normal, you know? So, I don't know, like, the rocking, I don't know if that's an ADHD thing or an autism thing, but I have to rock. It calms my nerves, cools my nerves. Sometimes I don't even notice when I'm doing it. Like, I know I'm doing it now, but it's just because, I don't know, the anxiety. Like, I smoke a lot of weed for that purpose. Like, you know, really not smoke the weed, I like vape it. I vape my weed, my marijuana, but I want to stop, like, with the weed. Because, you know, Canada and the weed thing, it's not organic. And like, so I noticed, like, when I was ordering the bush weed from them, like the actual weed, like, yeah, that, it was really messing with me, like that. No. So then I stopped that, and I've been doing the vape weed, but I want to stop altogether because like, but it does help to soothe me, like, to calm my nerves, so I'm not like viciously rocking. Yeah, because then, like, you know, there's times when I'm stressed. Like, there's times when the kids are like, mommy, 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 and I'm just here like, yes. Just rocking. I remember there was this group for moms on Facebook that I'm in, and they're like, I think it was 8 moms with ADHD tap in, and like the moms in the comments were hitting every nail on the head for the things that I deal with, right? And then I just commented like, honey, at the end of the day, I just sit in my bed and rock. Like, I just sit and rock because it's like, it's soothing, and I don't know, I just like rocking. Yeah. Like, I just rock. I just do it. But it's funny because I rock, my sister rocks, my older, like, we all rock. We all do strange things. That's why I wanted to get my son tested out, because I was like, it clearly, like, something's going on with that my mom's family, you know? So it's like, because all her kids have like symptoms of it. So it's like he and my older son kind of shows some of the symptoms, not all of them, but some. And then he was doing some odd stuff when he was younger, like very strange things that I could not figure out at all, like very strange. And I wanted to figure it out, and I couldn't. I had no help to. Nobody was there to help. That's the thing with single motherhood sometimes, especially when you're young. It's like people see that you're young and they see that you're on your own, and they literally try to make it worse. Nobody wants to help you. Never. Nobody. Literally. And it's so crazy because, like, when I was younger, I never thought it was going to be like that. Like, I've heard people talk about how hard it is and stuff like that, but I never expected, like, actual, like, adults and people to be as heartless as they are. Like, nobody wants to help you. It's crazy. It's absolutely absurd. Like, I've never had someone look at me and, like, actually genuinely want to help me. Never. Like, I cannot, never. That's never happened. Never. They've never done that. Like, no one's never, like, ever. So it's like, it's always just been me trying to figure everything out. That's why it's just like, I just got tired of everything, decided to homeschool, and decided to, like, take everything into my own hand, look at natural remedies for stuff, because it's just like, eventually I got tired of trying to ask for help because the help was never there, right? Like, they're never gonna help you, you know. There's even times when I was suffering with my mental health, and because I knew that I couldn't even get help when I needed help, just for, like, with childcare, with my son, with anything, any kind of guidance, I was afraid to reach out for the mental help. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know if they were gonna try to make the situation worse. I really didn't. Like, there's so much times that my mental health was in jeopardy. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna do with myself, and thankfully those times are in the past. But I went through those times so I can talk about them now. Like, I didn't know who to turn to, what to turn to, what to do, and I had literally nobody to turn to. There was nobody to help me. They have these hotline numbers, but then when you call the numbers, like, you're afraid that they're going to make it worse based on how society has treated you this entire time. It's hard. It's a difficult boat, especially when there's no help. If there's a society when there was more resources and more help and more people that actually cared, then that's different. But right now, so as far as I've seen, people pretend to care. The resources are there, and then, or some, not really there, but like they say that the resources are there, and then there's people that pretend to care, but these people really don't care, and these people are literally just looking for ways to, like, bring you further down than you are. Literally, that's the only thing I've seen with these people. Literally, because even when you go to a shelter for help, the people in the shelter are looking for ways to tear you down. They're not looking for ways to help you. Like, the two shelters I've been in, that has been the theme. It's like, what can I what evidence can I gather against her, or it's like, they just look for little things. Like, even when there's nothing, they still try to find something. They still try. Like, it's absurd. Like, I've left a shelter actually because I remember I was in the shelter and the lady came, and the accusation first of all, I was, like, sick when I was in the shelter too because I was pregnant. So I was, like, in and out of the hospital because I was so weak because you can't bring food into the shelter, and you can't you can't bring food into the shelter, so you have to eat their food. And their food, I just couldn't eat it. And I remember one day she came to me with some accusations, and I was like, what the I'm like, where the hell did you get that from? I don't even own what you're saying I own. And I'm like, you could even search my room. I don't own one. Like, I'm so confused. But then, when I really sat and I thought about the fact that she could bring up an accusation like that when I don't even own what she's talking about, I'm like, this is how people get set up every single day. This is how people get, and I just left. I left the shelter. I didn't have nowhere to go, but I left because I was like, I came to you for help and you're trying to set me up. Like, where'd I do that at? Like, I came to you for help. So, me personally, I I don't know, like I don't want to give the wrong impression because if I say these places help, I would be literally lying to you. Like literally, that would be me telling a lie, you know. And I don't want to make it seem like the government is this awful place with like, you know, hidden agendas. But so far, that's all I've gathered. You know, I haven't gotten anything good to say about them. I don't have anything good to say because so far, that's all they've showed me is how evil they are. Unfortunately. But I mean, hey, we all have our different stories. Maybe there's someone out there who has gotten that help, you know? Maybe you would be that person that did get the help, right? I just can't say that because I personally have seen the opposite. It's always been the opposite end of the spectrum for me, you know? So, yeah. Can't believe YouTube recommended that video for me about ADHD. I guess YouTube's watching me talking about something. She's always rocking. She must have something. That's not nice. But anyways, it's real, and you know, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's okay. I feel like people with ADHD and even autism, if you're a parent, I feel like it's you need help sometimes. You know, you don't necessarily need the help, but we want the help because it's like, do you know what it's like to be freaking overstimulated and still have babies and people clawing at you and stuff, and you know they're the only person that they can turn to. They can't turn to anybody else, so you have to suck it up and put up with them scratching the hell out of you while you want to crawl out of your skin, you know. So I believe that, you know, we do need help parenting. I think that department we need help, you know, a little bit. But I mean, if the help's not there, like it's not for me, you just gotta suck it up sometimes, you know, because they're not gonna be babies forever. They're gonna be bigger one day. So it's like just suck it up for the meantime, and you know, go in a bath like what I do in rock. Yeah, I just have a bath, and you know what? I just give them a bedtime. I mean, it's adulting with ADHD is an interesting one. You know, it's an interesting roller coaster, an interesting ride. But I think that's just what it is. Interesting. It's very interesting. You know, even like to hear different people's stories with autism and stuff, and you know, I was watching this lady and she was speaking and she was saying that's why she doesn't want any kids and that's why she doesn't have any kids because she doesn't think she would be a good mom because of her symptoms. And the thing is that I have those same symptoms that she speaks of, so I understand, like, you know, but the thing about it is you will still be a good mom, you know. It's just that you just gotta know. Like I feel like most times I repress my feet. Like you know, it's very hard because sometimes, like you know, when you're especially when you're overstimulated, sometimes you can't help it. You know what I'm saying? But in those moments, I feel like you just separate yourself. You know, because sometimes I'll just literally go in the bathroom or I'll have a bath when I feel like I'm extremely overstimulated and I cannot take it anymore. You know, instead of snapping, I try to separate myself. I try to go in the bath or you know, I try to because you know, I didn't know I had autism or whatever, or you know, I still don't even know if I have it. But it's just that because of all the symptoms I show, and all the people that do have it that show the exact same symptoms, I'm just like, damn, like you know. So it's like I just try to separate myself. But when she was speaking, I did understand her though. I did understand her because, like, if I didn't have kids, well, thank God I do. But if I didn't, I would probably feel the same way. Yeah, I love kids. That's why I'm glad that I didn't know before. If I didn't know, if I didn't have kids, like let's say if I didn't, right? And I was the age I am now, you know what? Maybe I wouldn't even, I mean, maybe I would know I was autistic. But, you know, because I don't know how my life would have been, you know? I wouldn't, my family just, I was never around them really. So, who knows? But I don't know. I feel like I'd probably feel the same way. I would probably been too nervous about having kids because I think that's what it is. I think when you don't have kids, you're nervous and you want to be the best parent and you just, you know. But I'm already in it and I think I'm a good mom. I mean, can I be a better mom? I think we all have this picture perfect idea of the mom we want to be. because I have a picture perfect idea of the mom I want to be. You know, um, am I that mom? I'm that mom, but just in the financial sense. I mean, I'm not gonna say yes or no financially because I want the universe to sweep in so I can be financially the best mom that I want to be. But emotionally, I feel like I am a really great mom because I put up with a lot of touching and speaking and everything else and feelings. But I feel like I can do a little bit more hugging, you know? But remember, there's 5 of them to hug. So by the time 3 or 4 of them hug me 5 million times for the day, I just want to go in the closet, you know, and you know. But thankfully, the teenager, he doesn't really want hugs anymore. The last time I kissed him, he told me not to kiss him anymore. I mean, how rude. But I feel like, we all have our journeys. So it's like me. I feel like at 30, when I just turned 30, that was me just growing up. Like literally just growing up. And so, yeah, this video is all over the place as usual. But I'm still going to post it because I don't... I feel like I've done my best. Like, I've done my best. So, yeah. I mean, like... I've done my best. Anyways, I don't know what I was going to talk about before. I forgot. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please be my friend. I need new friends. Please, if you resonate with any of the things I was saying about like anything, just comment it down below. Be nice to me. I really need some friends, okay? This is my call to the universe for friends, friendship. At least one. Like, damn. I need a friend. But anyways, have a great day.
In the forest deep and green, fairies dance like shadows seen.